Today, I'm going to be talking about how I use credit cards to save me well over $1,000 every year. Now, obviously, everybody has different goals and different ways that they spend. So I'm just going to be sharing how I use my credit cards and how it's worked out well for me in case it's helpful for you. I'm also going to be sharing what I've learned about these cards thus far, and I'm super curious if there's any hidden perks that I don't discuss on. Leave them down in the comments below, but I find out about new credit card perks every year that it's important to share this knowledge. So for context, I live in Vancouver, BC. I'm in Canada, so I'm going to be talking about Canadian credit cards today and sharing about the different perks that you can have with the different cards. So I have 4 different credit cards. I never put anything on my debit card. It is very, very rarely I will pay for something with my debit card. The only time I will do that is if I have to pay debit, like they don't take credit, which is so rare. And I also rarely use cash. The only time I'll take cash out is if I'm going on a trip and I think it might be useful just to have some spare cash on me, but I rarely ever carry cash as well. My debit account is really basically just used to pay my credit card bills. Now, that being said, at the end of every single month, I pay off my credit card in full. I do not pay the minimum balance. Do not do that. You do not want to get into credit card debt. You should never put anything on your credit card that you know you cannot pay off at the end of the month. So for me personally, I just have auto payments on. I pay off my statement balance at the end of every single month. Automatically, it comes out of my accounts and I don't even think about it. You would never want to leave a big purchase on a credit card because there are insane interest rates. And at that point, you are just losing money. So never, ever, ever get into credit card debt if you can avoid it, and just try to have the due diligence of using it like a debit card. So you could never pay for something with a debit card if you didn't have the money to do it. Think about your credit card in the same way. The first credit card that I ever got was my RBC cashback MasterCard. I think I got this in high school or as soon as I was able to get a credit card. My mom worked for RBC her entire life as a banker, so this was the first card I got. The benefit of this card is that it is completely free. As a student, I didn't want to be paying an annual fee for a card. I was just looking for a credit card that would get me cash back over time and that I could use for purchases to make money. And what cashback is that when you pay for an item on your card, you'll get a percentage of that money back to the card. Some credit cards, it's 2%. Some credit cards for the first, 6 months, it could be 5%, which is a really great way to get money back if you know you're going to have huge purchases. So for example, if you're going to be buying like your car insurance for the year and that's $2,000 and you have a credit card where you're getting 5% cash back in the first 6 months, time it up with those bigger purchases so you can get that cash back on those larger amounts. So the benefit of the MasterCard is that you get 2% cash back groceries and then 1% cash back on all other purchases up to $6,000 annually. There is no annual fee on this card, so I don't pay any money to have the card, but they pay me to spend on it. You also can get 3 cents per liter saved on fuel at Petro Canada, which is super helpful, and you can earn 20% more Petro points when you link your card. So if you have a car and you're looking for a way to save money on gas and get Petro points, it's a great card for that. You get insurance coverage, so it has purchase insurance, so it protects against loss, damage, theft, and extended warranty doubles warranty up to 1 year. So if you buy AirPods and you don't get Apple Pay, but your AirPods get damaged or stolen or broken within the year, this credit card, if you paid for your AirPods on it, it would give you an additional year of coverage. So you get 2 years of coverage through your credit card insurance. So instead of paying Apple, whatever the Apple Pay care is, you just would buy it on this card and know that you're covered for the 2 years. This is very standard though with most credit cards, and the other ones I'm going to list have it as well. I'm just sharing in case you are looking for a no-fee card with cashback. You'll get covered for that purchase, and that's another way to help you save money because things do happen. I've had times where things have broken my phone and gets damaged in the house, and then you can use your credit card insurance to get it replaced. This card I actually rarely use anymore. I only keep this card open because it helps with my credit score. One thing with credit scores in Canada is you don't want to be like opening and closing a bunch of credit cards. And the longer you've had a credit card open for, the better it looks on your credit score. So I always recommend keeping your credit cards open, especially one that's free, for as long as possible. And also too, even if you do want to close a credit card that you've had before, call the bank or the provider and ask them if you can just switch it to a free version instead of closing it out completely, because that helps with your credit score. Alrighty, then the next card I got, and this was the first card I ever paid an annual fee for, and that is my RBC Avion Visa card. So this card, I believe, is $120 a year annually to have the card, but it comes with a ton of perks and points that make the card worth it in some situations. So I actually got this card back in 2022 because my sister was getting married that year and I was going to have to fly somewhere that was pretty expensive. It was going to be like $1,000 for my flight, but the RBC Avion card had a promotion going where if you signed up for the card, you got, I think, 55,000 Avion points. I signed up, did the purchases that I needed to do to get the points, which was fairly easy. And then I was able to get that flight completely paid for. I think maybe I paid $90 extra in cash, but I was basically able to save almost $1,000 on this flight just by signing up for this card and paying the $120 fee. And a lot of the times too, these cards will actually waive that first year fee as well. So if you ever know that you're going to have a big flight or purchase coming up and you want extra credit card points, look around and see if you can get on a card that has one of those bonus offers, because they really do help you and they can help you save a lot of money, especially when you first sign up because of those bonus entries. So the benefits of the Visa Avion card is that you can redeem your points with over 500 airlines. So you don't have to just use Air Canada or WestJet. You can use any airline that they offer their points for. You earn 1 Avion point for every $1 spent and 1.25 points on any travel purchases. Bonus points, like I said, so new users can receive 35,000 welcome points on approval and then 20,000 bonus points after spending $5,000 in the first 6 months. So that's what I did to be able to get that $1,000 flight paid for, which was amazing. You also get travel insurance, trip cancellation and interruption insurance, flight delay insurance. This one is huge. I just learned about this the last few months, but if you have a flight where you're delayed over 3 hours and you're trying to get compensation through the airline, oftentimes you can just get the compensation through your credit card and it's a lot easier. So definitely check that out as well. You can make a claim saying, hey, I was delayed for 3+ hours. Here's the reason why. And then your credit card will actually cover you for that delay. You save the 3% on gas as well with this card. And the points are flexible. So you don't even have to use them for flights. You can use them for hotel stays or car rentals. What I will say about this card is I actually probably will be downgrading this one in the next couple months when my annual subscription comes up. The reason being is that I travel a lot, and recently in Canada they changed the rules. So I used to travel with carry-on, so I didn't have to pay for baggage, but now that they are charging for carry-on bags, I'm constantly having to pay those fees. And so that is why I switched to a new card, which I'm going to talk about in a second. And because of that, I no longer find this one super useful for me, having to pay the annual fee and also having to pay for baggage when I book my flights. So that brings me to my next card, which is the card I use the most often and is my second newest card, the TD Aeroplan Infinite card. So the TD also has a really great deal when you set up a new credit card with them. You can get bonus points. I did that for this as well, and I got a flight paid for, which was awesome. But the benefits of this card is you get all of that trip and travel insurance. You don't save the 3% on gas, but I have a BCA membership that allows me to save 3% at Shell, so I'm not too worried about that one. But the main benefit that I find with this card is that you get your first checked bag free with Air Canada. For me personally, I fly within Canada multiple times a year to go home to Ontario. So being able to check a bag for free and buy the most basic fare saves me a ton of money, like at least $500 a year when I'm flying within Canada. You get 1.5 times points on gas, grocery, and direct Air Canada purchases, which is who I'm usually flying with, and then 1x points on all other purchases. All of your travel delay, like I said, you have travel medical insurance, which is super important. You have auto insurance, you have mobile device insurance. You get access to the Visa Infinite Lounges, which honestly, when you go to an airport and you have to like buy food, it's really expensive in there. So having lounge access to like grab a coffee and grab a snack for the plane makes a big difference. And if you're someone who has Nexus, they'll actually waive your Nexus fee with this card. This card costs $139 a year, but if you have a TD bank account and you keep $6,000 in that account, they waive your annual fee for this card. So not only do you get your free first check bag, you get your points, you get all your perks, you get your lounge passes, you get your insurance, you get your flight delay insurance. You also don't have to pay for this card if you keep $6,000 in that account, which for me personally saves me almost $1,000 a year if I think about the baggage fees I would have been paying for, the card fee itself, plus I'm getting points to pay for flights on this card. So that's why I'm sticking with the TD Aeroplan Visa card right now for all of my purchases. I find I get enough points a year to cover at least one flight, if not two, and I get all of those additional perks with it. And I don't have to pay for the card. So that's why I'm using this one full time right now. I will probably be downgrading my Visa Avion card because I barely use that card anymore because I'm trying to collect points on this one. And that's what works for me and allows me to save lots of money every year with this credit card. Alrighty, so now you might be wondering, how does she have all these cards? What is her last card? So the last card that I have and my newest card, and this is the Wealthsimple cashback card. I got this card for one reason only, and that is for travel. So when you travel to a different country, you often have to pay your bank a conversion fee. So that's the bank converting your money into the other currency. And that can add up really quickly when you're traveling for a long period of time out of the country. I sometimes go away for months to different countries throughout the year, and anything I'm putting on my card, I'm getting that conversion fee charge, which can add up. So the benefit of this Wealthsimple credit card is that they don't charge you the international transaction fees for doing that conversion on your card. Also, you get lounge passes, you get 2% cash back. And if you're a premium member with them or you have over $4,000 of monthly deposits going into your Wealthsimple account, the card fee is waived. So that is why I got this credit card. I'm strictly only use it when I am traveling. Every other purchase goes on to my TD Visa card, and that allows me to not pay for a single credit card throughout the year. So I have no credit card fees, and I get lounge passes, I get travel and trip cover insurance, I get purchase protection insurance, I get obviously points to pay for flights, all just by doing things that I'm normally doing, which is spending money. That is why I recommend you look into credit card and also ask your bank questions. I didn't realize that I didn't have to pay that annual fee for the TD card if I kept that money in the account, because I was originally going to cancel it and go back to my Avion. But as soon as they told me that, I was like, well, this makes more sense. I'll just cancel my Avion card. So making sure that you're asking your bank these questions. I've also got my Avion card fee waived for the past 2 years, I believe, because I said I was trying out the TD card and I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it or not. So have these conversations with your banks. Like, they want you as customers. Feel free and empowered to negotiate these things and use your credit cards to your advantage to save money, because there's so many ways that you can capitalize on credit cards to help you travel, to help save money, to give you money back in your pocket, and you should definitely be using them. So my biggest takeaway from this video is, first, always pay off your credit cards. Do not get into credit card debt. The moment you get into credit card debt, all of those perks no longer matter because you're paying such high interest fees. It does not make sense. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, once you feel comfortable and confident spending on a credit card, stop using your debit card. Use your credit cards to get points. Use it so you get purchase protection. Use it so you can get access to the lounge. Use it so you can get free flights. Use it so you can get free baggage on your flights. Like, find ways where you can avoid paying these fees for things just by using a specific method. And then obviously be smart. Try to keep your credit cards open for as long as possible. Don't close them out. And always stay aware. There's different cards that come up all the time. For example, the Wealthsimple card just came up this year, and I'm super excited that I have access to it. But, things will change in the next year. So just stay informed, watch videos like this, do your own research. And yeah, you can really benefit from different credit cards. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you for another video soon. Bye, guys.